The revive and drive is quite a popular thing on YouTube, and I'm essentially doing the opposite. I pulled it out of a field, never drove it, fixed it up, made it so it would run and drive, and I'm going to go drive it back to a field to let it rot. It's like a revive and rot. Anyways, what we got here is a 57 Chevy Wagon, which if you're new to the channel, I've had it for a while, but I've never ever finished it or got on the road. My original plan with this was to build it as a cruiser, take it on Hot Rod Power Tour, all sorts of fun stuff. COVID happened, we weren't allowed to travel. It got put on the back burner, not once, but twice. And slowly but surely, I got further and further along, up until we're at this point right now. I'm tired of looking at it, and we're gonna go drive it 100 miles and put it in storage. So a quick backstory on this hot rod. I bought it from a guy. He had it for many, many years. He had a 56 four-door sedan in the exact same paint color, 210, the whole deal, and he wanted to have a wagon out of it. Well, he sat on it for 10 or 15 years. Of course, he pulled it out of a field, who knows how long before that. So it has been off the road many, many years, and I've so far only taken it around the block once or twice. Now, believe it or not, gentle, this isn't the first motor that was in this thing since I've had it. So right here we have a small block Chevy. Funny story with this small block Chevy, I got it with I bought an 80s square body Chevy truck with this motor in it, and it had a miss on it. I thought, oh, I'll fix that up, no problem. As it turned out, it had a burnt valve. So I completely disassembled. Nope, I took one head off, put one valve in it from Rock Auto for $4 and put it back together, and it's a runner. She clattered and smoked a little bit, but I'm a pretty firm believer that after I put a few miles on it, it'll straighten right out. Originally, I put a big block Chevy tunnel ram dual quad in this thing and cut up the original hood because I'm an idiot and thought it looked cool, and then never finished it. That was the first mark of this car. So over the years, I just haven't been able to finish it for whatever reason it may be. It does have a brand new rebuilt front end on it, all new bushings, control arms. It has disc brakes with drilled and slotted rotors. It has a brand new floor pan, front to back. I put in fender extensions on both sides because it needed it. We had the interior seat redone. It has a new carpet kit, tilt column, new shifter. It has a heater, a brand new wiring harness. I mean, it had it all. At one point, it had an overdrive transmission in it. It has since had this junk motor, and I put in a turbo 350 transmission that I had kicking around. It's a very solid car, and I don't know why I'm putting it away. I just don't have the need for it. And honestly, I need the room. Now the problem with this, I never quite got around to finishing all the little things over the years. I know that's shocking. So there's no transmission dipstick tube, just a hose going into the transmission. I don't know where the dipstick is, but I think there's oil in it. There's no gauges, there's no nothing. Last time I did drive this, and this is part of the reason I'm mad at it, this transmission line somehow kinked or broke. I don't know if you noticed, there's a nice sheen over everything. Everything got covered in automatic transmission oil because it had a little leak there, and slowly but surely we were losing gears until I had to stop and deal with it. But I think it's fine. I'm pretty sure turbo 350s you can run out of transmission oil once or twice before they really need to be addressed. So we're gonna guess how much fluid needs in the transmission, which basically means you fill it up until you put it in reverse and it feels good. And we'll put a liter of oil in it just to be on the safe side. Otherwise, I think we may try and hose this down just a little bit because transmission oil burns. I don't remember where we left it. Oh, also I left the battery connected when I last had it, so we'll see if it even fires up. Give it a quick vacuum, give it a quick wash, and ultimately, we'll see if it makes it. I did put an electric cooling fan on it. This is an old Circle Track radiator I got for free. So, I don't know. It's been around the block once. I'm sure I'll make it 100 miles to the farm. So we've just got back from Power Tour. The nice thing about Power Tour was I took a bunch of miscellaneous jugs and filled them full of miscellaneous fluids. So we have coolant, we have transmission oil. Actually, you have a transmission jug, but this is just different fluid. And I found this I must have had these for years. Look how old these bottles are. But what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in it. The way I see it is, oh, maybe we're not, is, oh, it's a twist off. Oof. Is, well, we'll put the whole liter in, because if it's low, it'll appreciate the liter. And if it's at the mark already, what's an extra liter? So we'll pour this in. Next thing we're gonna do, I think we're just gonna guess and put a little bit of transmission oil in it, because I think it does leak as well as we had the transmission cooler leak. So it's gotta be low. And because it leaks, it'll self-level anyways. So this right here is the good stuff. Now, I didn't have a proper tube, dipstick tube, when I put this all together. This thing had a van style tube or transmission, whatever the heck this was. So you know those ones that go all the way out. So I'm pretty sure I just cut it short and jammed a piece of 3/8 hose in there, which as I'm thinking about it, that could be where the leak's coming from. But anyway, now we've got this contraption, but we got like a beer bong setup happening here. And we'll just go ahead and dump some oil in there. Whoop. Yeah, we'll give it a 2 or 3 fills. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm guaranteed the battery will start. No way it's gonna be dead. Oh yeah, she's good. So it occurred to me as I'm putting fluids in this thing to take it on drive to go put it in the field. The revive and drive is quite a popular thing on YouTube, and I'm essentially doing the opposite. I pulled it out of a field, never drove it, fixed it up, made it so it would run and drive, and I'm gonna go drive it back to a field to let it rot. It's like a revive and rot. Anyways, battery's still hooked up. I got confidence she's gonna fire right up. She might be a little smoky, but that's fine. All right, let's see, ready? Oh, fan works. Oh yeah, she'll go. Come on. Oh, it's not even that bad. Oh yeah. A little smoke. A lot of smoke. It'll clear up. It'll clear up. Wow, it's not clearing up. Maybe it really didn't need that extra liter of oil. You know, the nice thing about living in the city is that neighbors love this stuff. Anyways, let's see if it'll clear itself out here. I gotta get you a better view. She ran good. Oh yeah. Well, better, but not great. So it's a little smoky, but fortunately the wind is just taking it right away. So really it's not really even that noticeable. We're gonna let it run for a little bit and we'll just see if it clears itself up, because it didn't smoke this bad when I last drove it, but that's been a while. Well, it's slowed down just a little bit. You wanna rev it up there, babe? So, at idling, it's kind of at temperature-ish. There's no temperature gauge, but I brought my little digital thing. Just give it a couple thousand RPM. We'll see what happens. Well, maybe it's fixing itself slowly but surely. I was, oh yeah, there's no gauge. It doesn't look like it's bubbling up like crazy if we got a bad head gasket, but we might. So we got the fan going. We're gonna let it run, get right up to temperature, and just see, but it's at this level of smoke, it's not embarrassing to drive. The previous level might be a little much, but all right, so we're idling away. We'll see if it has gears. No, it's got nothing. So it clearly needs more transmission oil. It's the old guessing game. It's not quite going as well as I would have hoped. It just died. It's fine. These are all good noises. Oh, there we go. So it's got probably the right amount of transmission oil in it now. Let's just put this thing in its grave again. Hit the button. It's not gonna get any better, so I think what we're gonna do is go for a little drive to the gas station, put some fresh fuel in it, put a couple of miles on it, see if it gets a little better and does run dry, has all the gears, and then if that's the case, a road trip bound. Road trip bound. Road trip bound. I don't overthink this stuff here. All right, let's roll.
Wow. That is like the worst parking job. That is so bad.
I'm not a good backer-upper. Well, we made it to get gas. We're gonna go park at Studio B. That's where the hose is. Oh, we'll give this thing a quick wash. I'm gonna check under the hood for the temperature.
A wash to rot?
Wash to rot? Well, you know, when you see, this is a lot of people haven't done the revive to rots. You got to get it all done. You got to wash it. You got to polish it. You got to make sure it's got a fighting chance, you know. And then we'll just leave it in the field, forget I own it, and carry on with life. On to the next project. We were on power tour in the Sweet Patina guy. Hooked this up with some happy ending final detail spray. So obviously, we're going to use it. And I'm pretty sure he said this guarantees it against 25 years of rot. So, in theory, you don't got to worry about this thing. It'll just be perfect by the time we go pull it out of the woods. We'll cut the tree out of the bumper. They'll go through it. Have her over here shine her up. Be ready for power tour 2035. All right, car's washed. I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna meet Danny around front. We got some tools in the back. Oh.
Do you want to fix how you parked the 57 in the front? Because it's bad.
Yeah, I'll be right around.
Okay.
So I gotta fix how I park the car, and then we'll go. Small wheel. on the road. This is the west part of town, so usually in the revive and drives, you start off in the country and end up in town, but the revive to rots, you start off in the shop in town and you drive out to the country, so the roads will get slowly but slowly worse into gravel, and you start seeing trees. They're gonna leave all their sap on this thing. So we'll cruise out. So far we're going good. It's got a bit of an exhaust rattle, but as long as it doesn't fall completely off, I think we'll be fine. Well, we're on the open road, so my buddy Mike's got a little farm there. We kept some cars. It's the odd car here and there. It's on a little 2-lane road, about 45 minutes out of town. We got the digital speedo going, so we're in kilometers. Man, I'm still stuck in the States. We're going like 90. That's probably 55, 60 mile an hour. Where this thing feels happy. The motor did start making a racket the second we got out of town. I let off on it and it went away. So I decided to keep going. We also ran into a bit of rain and the wiper blades on this are non-existent. So let's hope that doesn't go, but smooth sailing from here on out. We got Danny behind us, so if it all goes to hell, still got a ride. That's all that really matters, but this thing's basically ready for power tour. Just like that, we made her. The road was a little sketchy for a while there and really pulling this thing around, but I think we're good. There's actually a good diner around here. Maybe we'll hit that up. Oh, and the attack dog.
A little family trip in the wagon to the car show. We've never driven other people in one of our cars, except Mur.
Yeah. We don't have much for friends. We have to drive an hour for friends.
Yeah. But I got to hold a duck.
The old girl made it. We're gonna get some
Nobody cares. I got to hold a duck. This is very exciting.
Alright.
Turn that little wheel.
I regret this little wheel big time.
Everything is quite shiny.
Well, I could have polished this, but I just didn't.
Show car entrance.
Is that where we're going?
I guess so. It is a show car after all.
Hi there. Can we park here for a little bit?
You can go around those little stops. Maybe go over there. Say that center.
That's good.
Good, because that's the only spot you're gonna get it. Think.
That works for me.
Never be able to afford it. Oh, the Model T guys here.
Oh, T guy. Bit of a struggle here with people. Dogs. Just park beside this guy. Well, the whole car show is pretty good, but like every car show, they play music that we can't record there because YouTube will take it down. So we had some burgers. Bought Mike and Maggie a hot dog each, so that means I can store this thing for 6 months.
Payment in full.
Payment in full. So we'll see you at the farm when we're done with this thing in the bush.
Look at that nice car. Just abandoned and stolen from.
So, this is like, well, the next guy will revive it from. That's where we're leaving it from. So, the wagon's gonna be there. We're gonna leave it for now. Right beside it's my Model A, which again, I had big hopes for. Got it all chopped, got it put together, and now it's sitting in a truck box, rotting away till the next guy comes and rescues it, which will be me. And then Danny's poor car, holy moly. So this thing, well, we built it, what, 2 or 3 years ago, I guess now. And then I ended up robbing the motor and transmission out of it, and the seats, and a few things. So this was a running and driving car. Oh, mufflers, I should take those. A running and driving car. Did floor pans and all sorts of stuff. This was a nice car. And then got parted out. This thing was all polished up nice. It was just because the doors I painted, and this is obviously where it was 4-door deleted. And the sun has done its thing on this old girl. But Myrna Polisher will get it figured out. So this thing, no motor, no trans, power disc brakes, and we stole the headlights out of it and all sorts of stuff. And now we're gonna steal the hood latch because the wagon or something doesn't have it. So, man, we're really good at fixing cars up and then leaving them in better shape than we found them, but not quite finished. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the revival to rotten video. It's a little different than the internet usually puts out there, and that's it for now. We're gonna steal some more parts. Oh, I don't know if we should steal all this stuff too for the convertible. How much do you want to give up on your car? Not anymore, eh? We'll leave it on here. All right, 4 bolts and back to the city. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.